Morning, welcome, Field Home Farm Sessions, May the 16th, 2026, episode 334. How are you today, my around the world friends, mostly Germany? They gotta text me and tell me. I'm glad you're listening, but I don't know why you're listening. I'm glad you're listening, but give me some feedback. Let me know what you want to hear. So that brings me to I don't know if I'll be doing the podcast for a shitload longer. Just not feeling the oomph to do it as much anymore. Mystery, how are you? And Roscoe, Jesus. I said I don't know if I'll be doing the podcast for. We'll see what happens. I can go in and out, but just not as energetic to do it as I used to be. I got to get out there and get some seeding done. Got the field ready for corn. Turn that phone down. Got the field ready for corn. Going to do that today. Got the corn planter all ready. It's just one of those years you're not. I'm just not as enthusiastic about doing everything as I used to be. You put in corn. You think you're going to make a ton of. I mean, you make a ton of money. You buy a new tractor, buy a new something. And next thing you know, you don't make money. So that's not really how you want to do your. Getting close, mystery. Excuse me, mystery. You choked me up. That's not really how you want to work your you don't go into a job wanting to lose money, so that's a little discouraging. As um, Pioneer Dan was here yesterday, he delivered some beans, and like I said, I switched a bunch of corn ground to bean ground, so as to offset the costs, and the cost of putting corn in is a little bit higher than it used to be, so I'm going to do some beans and save some money. And Dan says, well, the prices might go up at the end of the year. I said, well, as Mystery knows, as a stock connoisseur, corn, wheat, and beans are on the stock market, and people, they're speculators, and they're the ones that kind of drive the price of commodities. Also, China, if they don't want to buy any, the price goes down. If they want to buy a shitload of beans, the price goes up. Like how many billion people live in China, mystery? You've been there probably a few times, or maybe Thailand, but the amount of food that country consumes, that they can buy a certain commodity and they buy hundreds of metric tons. We're not talking like a few tons. And we said Wallenstein. Mr. Roscoe knows where Wallenstein is. Wallenstein feed mill is one of the biggest poultry feed mills I think in Canada. Oh, Roscoe, you left already. Said his name too many times. So Wallenstein feed mill. I'll compare them to Mr. Roscoe. You're back again. I'll compare Wallenstein to Newlands a bit. Newlands is probably a quarter of the size of Wallenstein as far as production wise, and they put through about 800 ton of feed a day. So if you think 800 ton of feed out and 800 ton of corn in, Mr. Roscoe, you said you had bad reception. Where, in Brampton, or are you driving somewhere? Like Brampton, you think has the most reception of all. It's the mecca of whatever. Um, we got a message coming in. New message. My wife sends a video. Okay. She's going then getting me into that. We'll get away from it. We're still going to farm. You mean what's a farmer's choice? You gotta leave the fields empty or not? You got to have positive. I love sowing corn. I love getting it done. It's a positive feeling. Work in the fields. That's what you do as a farmer. Try to push all that shit behind you and don't think of the negatives. And that's what you do. Like Pioneer Dan says, you make a living. I said, yes. So you make a happy living, and this is what you want to do. Now, going up to the cottage, I am not going up to the cottage this weekend. My wife is going up to the cottage. I don't know with who. It's kind of when the kids get older, it's like when the kids are younger, it's like you're coming, and there's no choice. It's like we're going to the cottage. They get a bit older. It's like this one wants to go, that one doesn't want to go. So I don't know what's going on. All I know is I'm staying here to do corn, which I don't understand, mystery, and my internet man. How come they have May 2-4 on May 8th, 17th? May 16th, 17th, 18th is May 2-4, and yet May 2-4 is next weekend, May the 24th. So I don't understand. I know it has to do with birthdays and all that shit, but it just seems a lot of fucking weirdness. But everybody, the May 2-4 is usually the weekend in Canada where everybody has a cottage up north or out east or wherever. opens their cottage for the year. It gets their boats in the water, gets everything ready to go. Gets our cottage is year round, so it's always open. You can go up any time of the year. It's not you just turn the water on and away you go. But no mysteries. Nobody's talking anymore. So you do all that. I know Dirty Mikey's up at the cottage with his family, and my jet ski and boat are in the shop, so they're not going up. So my wife will probably, I don't know, they'll do a bit of fishing. Hopefully, there's not a lot of mouse poop up there. We'll see what happens. We definitely got to get not an exterminator, but a mouse control person up next year to do that. So we'll see what happens. But that is the weekend, May 2-4. You do a lot of drinking. We had a bit of a fire here yesterday, like a like a bonfire, and that's generally what you do at the cottage. I heard the black flies up there are crazy too. So it's not always awesome to go up May 2-4. You get a lot of jobs done, but at the same time you're getting eaten by the black flies. You wouldn't think they'd be out that early when it was so cold for so long, but I heard they are, so who knows. What does it say on my fertilizer? It says all it says is it's fucking expensive. 170. I think I'm gonna down the rate a little bit, but and make it save a bit of cash. The Jays lose mystery. What is going on with the Jays? I wanted to see if they were playing last night. I looked and there was no game on, and I was like, okay. And then I was doing something else, and then I went to bed and I looked. I said, I got to see what the Jays did, and they played early and they lost. I said, what the hell? And Buffalo lost. Now we got to put they haven't lost the series yet, Buffalo, but we got to put our strong vibes together and get Buffalo to beat those Frogs. That would be awesome. Because there's no telling what those Frogs can do, the Montreal, because they are a crapshoot most years, and next thing you know, they might be Carolina. And where you go? The Toronto Rock one? Well, there is the Toronto Rock is the only team, I guess, besides the Raptors, because the Raptors won a few years ago, but the only team in Toronto that's won a championship for a while. You got the Argos, you got the Rock, and you got the Raptors. And then you got the Blue Jays, who almost won last year, so you got to give them credit. But there's another Toronto team that really suck, and I don't know why you guys are fans, but whatever. They say they want Leaf players to be the pallbearers at their funeral so they can let you down one more time. So Vegas won. That's all you Toronto fans at KJ. What are you doing, KJ? Vegas won. So Mitch Marner, Vegas won, and then it said online that Tortorella got suspended for not speaking on the media. I didn't even watch it. It's just there's too much shit going on the internet. And then that fucking TikTok, KJ, you said, "Oh, I'll get addicted." I said, I cannot get addicted to that shit. San Jose win. They got the second pick. San Jose, nobody worries about them. They're not that. I don't know why you always compare it. It's like when you say to somebody that Montreal sucks or well, Leafs better than the Leafs. I'm like, I'm not a Leafs fan, so the Leafs suck. You know that. San Jose is an up and coming team, and what are the Leafs? I don't even know what they are. We got Celebrini. Who the Leafs got? I'm waiting, and we're a upcoming team. What was I say? Oh, TikTok. Yeah, KJ said I'll get addicted to TikTok. I am not. I cannot get addicted to that thing. You sit there and you watch. No, I put a couple videos on myself. So I say watch stupid people put videos on, but I did a couple videos too. But I guess I was stupid for doing that. But I say you watch these people put videos on them, every single thing you want, and it's like whatever. I cannot get addicted to that. I'd rather sit, watch Jays, the Jays lose, KJ. What the fuck? When are we doing a 4-H camp down to the Jays game? There was a lady, so I took my daughter on Thursday night. I get lost my days. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but I lost my days. I thought it was Wednesday the other night and it was Thursday. So I took my daughter to the Mechanics Club in near Cookstown, between Cookstown and Alston. And there was a lady there, and she says, I think her name's Tamara, did you get your 4-H stuff all done? And I said, I don't know. I think I did. So I looked, and it said, congratulations, you're a 4-H leader. I said, yay. I got and then we were talking about the police checks and the vulnerability and the sexual orientation bullshit. And it's like, oh my goodness. And she agreed because we're farm people and country people. And it's like, holy fuck, KJ. So then Mechanics Club. So I went to see Mr. Fuller, and they had a nice little pony. He lives with his girlfriend Sarah and their two daughters. And yes, Mr. Fuller has a woman mystery, and they had a little foal. So I don't love horses, but at the same time, I love like young animals are great no matter what they are. Cats, sheep. I even though I hate sheep, young chickens, horses. So there's a little foal in the paddock there, and it's running around. It runs back and it drinks from mommy. It's like little babies. Little baby animals are beautiful and they're cute. Even though I don't like horses, the little foal is cute, and it is just starting to lose money. as a horse is just starting to lose money. Went to Mr. Fuller's, had a couple pops, talked about life, talked about whatnot. And yeah, mechanics club, vet clubs. What else? There's a fishing club my kids are involved in. There's a dairy club, and the only thing they really have to go on and on and on is the dairy club because they have to feed their calves. Mister, you're just liking the show left and right. Where's Emmett? Emmett has not been on for a long time. I have to talk to Emmett one of these days. I haven't. When you get in the field and you get working and you get doing this and doing that, you don't have time to do a lot. Oh, and my daughter, my hockey daughter, like sprained or fractured her foot. Isn't that special? Playing fucking rugby. So luckily she doesn't have any sports coming up. But puts a boot on and away you go. She's happy. I don't think it hurts, but corruption. I was reading. I was looking online because that's where I get my news. You look online. I was listening to the going back. I was listening to radio yesterday in the tractor. Now I know why I have headphones and listen to all my other music, Spotify and Amazon Music and all that other stuff. Because the radio, holy fucking shit, is boring. You listen to the radio, news every half hour. Boring news is just you just can't do it. That's why people Spotify and people that pay extra for Spotify and don't hear the ads. Where do you get your news from, Mystery? So corruption. I was reading. I was looking at Facebook this morning, and there was something came out about Toronto City Council, and the amount of money they're spending is insane. And on a board too. When I'm now on a board, I say you get a budget, and it's like okay, we're below budget, but it's like yes, but didn't the board make the budget? And if we made the budget higher, it's easy to come under budget. So the council in Toronto, they have increased. I forget the amount of money they've increased to do their job is insane, and there's corruption going on, and things have to be real. I'm not saying that chicken board by any means. We're pretty. If you know our chair, he's pretty, and he's Dutch, so he's pretty strong with stuff. I said we go out. If you go anywhere, you're allowed one drink. That's it. There's no more. There's no bargaining. That's it. So if you're somewhere and you have to do a board lunch meeting or something like that, somewhere. At our board, we don't have it, but I'm getting myself in a hole here. But I'm just saying, he watched costs, and we watch costs and chicken board because it's farmers' money. But the Toronto, like holy crap, the amount of money they're spending is insane. So I got to get out and do my corn. I got to get. If I get that done today, it's only 59 acres, so I'm hoping to get everything done today with my corn. Use the corn planter for one day. I spend a day getting it ready. Use it for one day. Save about a couple $1,000 to have somebody else do it. I enjoy it. It's nice. It's lovely doing it. And I got down. Geez, Luz. Beans are here. Do it for one day. Put that away. Hopefully, get some bean ground ready. And May 16th is not that late. The ground's getting a bit ready. It's supposed to be. KJ, what are you telling me today? No, it's May 18th. So Monday apparently is D-Day for the Podbean live. Like KJ, you got to listen to my the earlier part of this episode. +10 in Bradford, Ontario, just north of Toronto. It is supposed to be +23 this afternoon. So holy shit. +25 tomorrow. +30 on Monday. And +29 on Tuesday. I am glad, sure as shit, I don't have chickens in because holy fuck. We got a weather, every time there's like a heat increase, we get a weather email from the chicken board that says, watch your chickens, make sure they're okay, make sure blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yes, we know. When it gets +30, and if you have chickens ready to ship, you have to watch them. So luckily I do not have chickens in the barn. But then on Wednesday, plus 14, plus 11. So I don't know where this heat snap came from. And then, oh, you and your ads, Wendy's. Salad's worth craving. Wendy's does have good salad, that's for sure. Next weekend, May 2-4, it is not most favorable, but the week after that's plus 20, so it'll be good. KJ, I have to do corn, and I have to get beans ready to go, and the no cottage this weekend. I think my wife's going to. I know my wife's going to the cottage. I don't know. She gets it in her mind she's going to the cottage, and that's all she's going to do. So, on that note, thank you for listening. I said, KJ, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this podcast. We'll see what happens, but you never know. It might be coming to a close. We'll see what happens. Just all my German friends write in and tell me how much you love the show and everything else. But thank you for listening today, everyone, and tune out. Talk to you later.